Okay. Vivid system. Individuals have been hit in both hand-to-hand combat. Agility, strength, constitution. I'd say let's increase this guy's constitution. Effectiveness, also gives a chance of resisting. That's a tricky one. This guy has, well, this girl hasn't got the greatest amount of health. I think I'm just going to buff her health, to be honest. This dude. This guy. Skills, in favour. Can't do anything with those. Oops, I just selected something completely by accident there. Damage. Constitution. Wisdom. Reset that actually. Let's raise this guy's concentration up. That's probably better. Okay, let's go. And F5. Indeed.
Straight away!
This dude. First thing I'm going to do is raise up
At your service! Alright! So be it! Name of Marin!
In the name of Marin!
So be it! At once!
I can't remember the full instance in World of Warcraft.
Good!
Not all the Mars, on the first one you're like level 45 or so. Really reminds me of that. Gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but it's really annoying me as well. It's like the instance everyone went to.
Forward!
It comes through like second video as well. well, look at what I've got. I don't think the skills are that great. I mean, even...
By the god of fire!
But I don't think
For the temple!
Amazing or anything.
Understood. For the temple.
Probably want to wait for that to go up.
At your service.
Save it and
In the name of Merrin.
Let us dance.
Good! By the flame!
At the moment, I'm just trying to actually
So be it.
Merrin, the griffin god of fire, must be guiding the steps of the expedition, because the squad soon found the entrance to the laboratory buried deep below the dunes of the Sayahalna. The Aquilanians overpowered the Scorpion patrols and then eliminated the camp guards, thus opening the way to Laboratory SO-426. Given that it is so close to the front line, it is no doubt a secondary installation. However, this type of site allows the Scorpion alchemists to produce their combat clones. As for the Aquilanian griffins, SO-426 could...
the ranged weapons. So far, I think it's reasonable, but it's not going to fill the void in your soul, if that makes sense. If you're massively into something like, let's say, Neverwinter Nights, it's not bad. For me, though, I'm not finding the combat system nowhere near as intuitive as Neverwinter Nights. I mean, it's not awful by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know.
Understood. In the name of Merrin.
We've got the same with the axe. We've got
Yes. At your service.
get Darius first.
name of Marin! Good!
There's not very much brain dead
For the light.
skills not amazing. They're okay.
In the
Maybe
name
I'm
of Marin.
not 100% used to it yet, but to me, I'm not
For the
100%
temple!
enjoying the style of other games in the series or these types of
For the
games,
light!
so. Switch there. I've played quite a few of these type of games like Vampire, the old one, the Masquerade. Obviously Neverwinter Nights. I never actually completed it, but I got pretty far.
At once!
Tons of other ones, and of course a lot of MMOs. And it's not like this game's bad or anything. It's got all the, you know, the boxes that are ticked. But compared to other games I have played, it feels a little bit clunky. You don't have enough stamina.
By the flame! Huzzah!
Forward! For the temple! In the name of Marin! So be it! Straight away!
Switch there, switch that. Okay, water effects are quite nice. Graphically, I'm not convinced. Dungeons are fairly simple in layout, but not bad.
Straight away!
Interesting.
For the light!
I'm assuming that door will just reopen. Okay, awesome.
At your service!
Go through here, through there,
Yes!
and through there.
Forward!
Okay, I'll bite. What the hell is that?
Good! So be it! At once! For the temple!
I'm sorry, but that's just not forgivable.
Understood!
It's like the game's good,
Yes!
and I think the storyline could be reasonable, but there's just certain things about it that just annoy me. I think the primary thing at the moment is the skills feel a bit clumsy.
For the temple!
And the pathfinding is annoying. Sometimes, for example, I'm not sure if I've
Good.
clicked the skill because sometimes it's like double click you will have to do or something like that. And maybe it's a move
Understood.
that I'm just doing. How do I know that?
In the name of Marin!
Not that it's terrible. I played a lot more. There's a lot better games out there. On the other hand, there are less of
once.
these single-player dungeon crawlers. Well, I'll say single-player, multi.
Forward!
But there are less of them coming about now simply because there is a lot of MMOs out there. Which got Torchlight, they've got Dungeon Crawlers, such as Diablo 3
At your service!
as well. So it's not terrible. It's just not amazing.
Straight away!
Layout really reminds me of an old X-Men game that I played back in the day, X-Men Legends. I can't remember if it's Legends 1 or 2.
For the light!
Layout from the laboratory that was... See, stuff like that, just running into the wall. I understand that, you know, I've clicked there.
Forward!
But on most games you just stop, it's a wall. But to see them constantly being finicky trying to get into a position.
At your service!
You've got a weapon too big, that kind of thing, but it's just, you know, that's just being a bit ridiculous, to be honest with you.
Straight away! Yes!
It's kind of something I expect to see back in the old 90s, in the late 90s, where characters would struggle.
For the temple!
By the flames! Yeah!
In the name of merit!
Good. Yeah, so be it.
Suffer Merit's fire!
Sometimes
At
I'm
once!
occasionally misclick. I'm very used to a lot of games where you have to right click for the spells. It's kind of a bit odd because you have to actually right click to target an enemy and then you have to left click to
Understood!
use the spell on it, which is a bit odd. But
For
I
the
suppose
light!
it's just something you get used to. Let's see. Here.
Good!
Light sourcing, I will say, is quite nice though. Can't complain too much on the light sourcing.
For the light!
Power, apparently.
Good!
That looks like it's locked.
Yes!
Wait, we've got enough on there.
Understood! At your service!
I assume that's locked.
For the temple! Straight away! At once! Forward!
Both of these seem to be enabled.
Good!
Okay, so it's a puzzle.
At your service!
Turn it on.
For the light! Forward!
There we go. Because I'm missing
Yes!
some, right? Which is always possible. Anyway, I think I could continue this for a bit longer, but I've been playing this for almost an hour now, so that's a couple of videos that obviously I'll split this into a couple of parts. So my thoughts overall, it's not bad. I have played a lot better. The combat system's not exactly intuitive, at least to me. Maybe someone else will find it a little bit better. I personally find it a bit clumsy. Graphics aren't bad. They're not terrible at all. But I have seen better in today's age, of course. Light sourcing, however, does look pretty reasonable. Voice acting's reasonable as well. Particularly in the narration side of things, it looks like it's got quite a lot of interesting creature design. Although enemies I'm fighting at the moment are very repetitive, but then it is very early on. So you can't really expect to have fought 50 different types of enemies. On the other hand, the narrator did sound a little bit excited when he was narrating. In terms of menus, that type of thing, leveling up system, it's all pretty standard affair. It's not exactly anything exciting. It doesn't seem like, at the moment anyway, the storyline is that dynamic. For example, with, let's go with Neverwinter Nights. I know that's a bit of a cliche to use, but still, I'm pretty sure most of you would have played it. It does have a lot more options in what you're able to say. You can basically tell someone to screw off, you can kill them, that type of thing. On this one, it doesn't really seem to have the moral choice system, which is obviously something I really like, particularly with BioWare games, Knights of the Republic, that type of thing. Overall, it's not a bad game. It plays fairly well. The pathfinding, particularly when you're coming to the end of a path, basically, or a wall, or going through doors, that's a little bit annoying. Sometimes, if you've seen before, a guy goes all the way to the enemy, then walks back, that type of thing. It's not terrible. It's something you could live with, and you could probably, after a little bit, get used to the niggles and its uniqueness, shall we put it. But still, it's something that shouldn't really be there. But there you have it. It's not terrible. If you're hurting for a dungeon crawler, if you're hurting for all this type of game, definitely get it. If you've not played those type of games, then Neverwinter Nights for this kind of price is available and will probably do you better. And indeed, there are a lot of packs of it. There are a lot of versions of Neverwinter Nights, and of course they can be played online, and goodness knows what. The only problem is, of course, playing online. A lot of people's characters and everything else will probably know it really well, but if you're just playing it single player, it's fine and dandy. Obviously, I'd also recommend the Old Republic 1 and 2. Those type of things are very good as well. Obviously, you've got Torchlight if you want, the multiplayer dungeon crawlers. Nevertheless, it's a fairly reasonable game. So there you have it. Not terrible, not the best, but I'd recommend it if you're a fan of these type of things. Particularly if you can put up with the uniqueness, as I've said before. Anyway, with that all said, if you can rate, subscribe, like, and give cookies and comment, then by all means do. And if anyone could remember that bloody instance in WoW, please let me know. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's really annoying me. I'll probably just Google it, to be honest with you, after I've done this. Anyway, take care of yourselves, guys, and bye for now.